We're going to explain why Xcode 14 sometimes asks you to select a development team for your pod bundles and how to fix it. 1. This usually pops up when you're working with CocoaPods, a dependency manager for your iOS, macOS, watchOS, or tvOS projects. CocoaPods helps you easily include third-party libraries into your app. 2. The Needs Selected Development Team error message in Xcode 14 appears because Xcode needs to know which development team to use to sign and build the pods themselves. These pods often contain their own code and resources which require signing just like your main application does. 3. Before Xcode 14, this process was often more implicit and handled behind the scenes. Xcode 14 is stricter, demanding explicit team selection. 4. The problem often arises if you've multiple Apple developer accounts or if your project settings are a little confused. 5. The solution is straightforward. Go to your Xcode project settings. 6. Find the target that's causing the trouble. It might be your main app target, or if you're seeing the error message related to a particular pod, find the target related to that specific pod. 7. In the target settings, look for the Signing and Capabilities section. 8. Make sure there's a development team selected in the Team drop-down menu. If not, select your appropriate Apple developer account. 9. If the drop-down is empty, that means Xcode hasn't found any suitable accounts. You might need to ensure you've logged into Xcode with your Apple ID associated with the required developer account. Xcode can be picky about this, so check and double-check your login. You may need to sign out and sign back in. 10. Sometimes Xcode gets confused. If you've multiple targets, make sure each affected target has the correct team selected, including the main application target and any relevant pod targets. 11. After you've selected the team in each affected target, clean your project, Product Clean Build folder. Then rebuild your project. This step often resolves lingering issues. 12. If the problem persists, try restarting Xcode, then your computer. Occasionally, a simple restart is enough to clear up temporary problems within Xcode. 13. In rare cases, there might be issues with your CocoaPods installation. Try running pod update or pod install in your terminal in the root directory of your project. This refreshes your pods and can solve problems caused by outdated or corrupted pod configurations. 14. If you still face issues, double-check for any conflicting pod settings in your pod file, like duplicate specifications for pods or wrong references. A meticulous review of your pod file can help pinpoint underlying dependency conflicts. 15. As a last resort, you may consider creating a new Xcode project to see if the issue is related to your existing project's settings. By comparing the new project to your existing one, you might discover configuration issues you overlooked. Remember to always back up your project before making significant changes.